what's going on, y'all? T-Bob here.
And Jake as well.
And you're about to watch a little OTB LSU.
We're going to give you all the latest, greatest between LSU football, baseball, women's basketball, softball, and everything in between.
Bottom line, if you want to talk Tigers, keep it locked, subscribe, like it, and we hope you enjoy.
We're talking about LSU and Ole Miss getting back into the game. I asked you earlier who the most important player to stop was for Ole Miss outside of Jackson Dart. I'll throw it kind of a similar question at you. Outside of Garrett Nussmeier, which offensive player for LSU has to have a big game?
Okay, so allow me to do a bit of a cheeky, chalky answer to start with, because it is Will Campbell and Emory Jones. The greatest part of the Ole Miss defense has been the pass rush. If you completely negate those guys, not only do you take away Ole Miss's greatest strength, but there's always something psychological, Jake, when you see your best player getting his ass kicked out there, right? So Jared Ivey, they sent him to media days. He leads the team in sacks. He's a leader on this team. You go and you neutralize him. Mm-hmm. You know, you make him look bad. Well, then everybody starts to kind of shake a little bit. Same thing with Princely, whatever. So I again am really highlighting those battles a la South Carolina. Now, granted, Kennard got Will Campbell 3 times. That's the most we ever seen anybody do that. Can Ivey and Amon Mielian do the same? Now, outside of that, outside of Nuss, you know he relies on Aaron Anderson. We know he relies on Mason Taylor. Is it weird to say Kaden Durham?
No, I thought actually that's where you'd go first.
The best offensive performances have been when Kaden Durham has made big plays.
No, I thought actually that's where you were going to go first. I mean, he is averaging 8.4 yards per carry. He is somebody that in the receiving game is averaging 21.7 per catch. Now, he's only got 6 catches, but you can only do what you can do with the ball in your hands. And obviously, like, he has now integrated himself fully into RB1 status. He's been a game changer, and he has to be a game changer in this game. Sure, Aaron Anderson has to make plays. He's your leading receiver. Kyron Lacy has to make plays. Mason Taylor is certainly somebody that, you know, you're going to need in big moments. He is Nuss's favorite target as far as, hey, it's 3rd down, I need a play. I trust him the most. But Kaden Durham is the guy that has been the X factor. He is electric with the ball in his hands. He has a rush of 86. He has a catch of 71. He is a game changer. So, yeah. You got to get him involved in the game plan because, he can take a 5-yard swing route and go 75. And you don't really have anybody else. Now, if Chris Hilton plays, he's got an ability to take, you know, a slip screen and go the distance because of his speed. But it's been a long time since we've seen him. We've seen Kaden Durham do it the last couple of weeks. He is somebody that has a skill set that you're searching for right now. And you're like, your offense is yearning for somebody that can go a distance and take a 5-yard play and go 75.
Yeah, it is kind of interesting that, like, okay, like you said, you throw the quarterbacks out of these conversations because everything does go through the quarterbacks. But especially on LSU, because outside of Durham, there hasn't really been the home run guy. And even Kyron Lacy, who's been so damn good, is not like what Malik Neighbors or Brian Thomas were last year. And so, Ole Miss needs Jackson Dart to play well. But, like, if LSU's going to win this, Garrett Nussmeier has to be at his best. Like we you know, Taylor keeps trying to get us to bring up mock drafts here in October. But a lot of them have Nuss going 1st round. That still seems a bit much to me. But if he goes out there and wins this game, it's probably because he plays an incredible game, very clean game, which he's spreading the ball around. Maybe this becomes a step forward towards justifying some of those early projections that we're seeing.
Well, let me ask you this. Why does it seem a bit much for you? And that's not even like a rhetorical question. I'm just asking for Nussmeier to be in the 1st round conversation. Because to me, he looks like
it's just still a small sample size.
It's a small sample size, but he is the quarterback that, like, as far as pro progressions and like going through what it looks like on Sundays, there's a couple of guys that are bigger college stars that Nussmeier is more ready to play in the NFL to me.
Yeah, like he's a better NFL prospect than Jackson Dart is. He's more traditional. He's got an incredible release. We broke down the throws that he's willing to make with Flynn. Did an excellent job on last Wednesday's show of doing so. I think size would maybe be one thing that the NFL would favor, maybe some others over him. I think from a physical standpoint, I don't think he's just going to blow you out the water. But it's mainly just a sample size thing, in my opinion. Why I say it's a bit much right now. Definitely the talent's there, the potential's there, the play has been there. But look, man, we're about to enter 7 SEC games in a row. You know, for as fun as the first portion of the season has been for all of college football, we are finally now entering the portion of the year where we're gonna learn today. We're gonna learn who's real, who's not, and after this last weekend, that picture seems muddier than ever. So we'll see where Nuss's ceiling actually is right now.
Yeah, T-Bob brings it up. You've got Ole Miss at home. You're at Arkansas. You're at Texas A&M bye week. Alabama at home. At Florida. Vanderbilt at home. That game feels a lot different now. And versus Oklahoma at home as well. Like, think about that. That Vandy game, that feels completely different than now. A&M.
You know what's crazy? Shout out to my guy Nick, who I was playing tennis against the other day, because I never thought about this. But he was like, of course. The 1 year you would want them, you don't get Auburn, Florida, or Mississippi State.
You get
like
Florida.
The 1 year in which those may be the actual 3 worst teams in the SEC, you don't get them. A bit unfortunate there. A bit of bad luck for the Tigers.
You get Florida, but yeah, you don't get Auburn. You don't get Mississippi State, who are 2 of your like longest standing rivals. You don't get a chance to play them when they are down. But yeah,
I forgot that you still got Florida. Okay, I'm excited again.
Well, you and I have talked about it. I know we got to take a break.
How are you feeling about that, dude? Your Gators? You upset? Who are you going to cheer for? What, dude? Are you going to pick the Gators that week too?
Just because you don't know what you saw and you picked UCF to think they were going to go into the swamp. Look, I'm trying to make up picks here, okay? I picked South Carolina because I'm trying to make up picks. All right?
Whatever, dude.
All right.
Whatever. Gator lover. Jake Hester. Jake Gator. That's what I call him. Jakey Gates.
Wow, Jake, what incredible takes.
I mean, those guys, they're just the best.
I think so. And if you think so, again, hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell so you get notifications when we post every single day here on OTB LSU.